Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this, well, the first week of October on to now, aren't we? With regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in. 3 cards for Virgo. How is Virgo feeling? This isn't like a live Q&A or card pull, it's collective readings by zodiac sign. I will start to do live Q&As, but I have to wait till I've got a certain number of watch hours. I think you can find other channels where there's what you're looking for though, or you can stay and support this one. And you're welcome to book a personal reading. I can give you a general reading, or a love reading, or health, or business, finance, career, whatever you want. Ace of Wands reversed. There's like a serious, I mean, the opposite of passion and drive, which is what it'd be if it was upright, excitement. There's like a lack of enthusiasm, a lackluster, deflated, pessimistic. Because for me, like personally, like Ace of Wands is like a rebirth. Because if it was Page of Wands, that would be newness, something you've never walked, before. Like when it's an Ace of Wands, it's like a rebirth, like a second time around with someone from the past, something that was a non-starter, or someone you divorced from, or something like this. But there's like such a lack of excitement for something. Hi Saki, hi Rani, hi Daniel Dean. Sorry if I've missed anyone. We're on the sign of Virgo. What flipped over? Did anything flip over? The Queen of Wands reversed. Well, that goes with that that Ace of Wands reversed. It's that fire. The fire's gone out. The Queen of Wands upright can be a third party card, like the other man, the other woman. It doesn't have to be. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, heavy Sagittarius energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who's passionate, driven, self-motivated, action-orientated, goal-orientated, very determined, very ambitious, solar plexus activated, assertive. It's a go-getter, seductive, handsome, beautiful. So this person's really not feeling themselves. They don't feel like a go-getter. They don't feel like attractive. They don't feel like they could focus on their dreams, their ambitions right now. I don't know why. I mean, it's your side of the reading, Virgo, so you're definitely not feeling good at the moment. Knight of Cups reversed, closed off to love. There's someone that you care for, because the Knight of Cups is someone that's actively moving towards and pursuing and dating and trying to woo, your Juliet or your Romeo. And it's expressing that emotion, like, I really feel like I could fall for you. That's a Knight of Cups, okay? A Knight of Cups reverse is like you have those feelings for someone, but you're not going to tell them. You're not going to express that to them. They're not going to know. So you've got big love for someone, but you have no desire to go for this at the moment, and it's down to how you're feeling, what's going on with you, externally, internally. Oh, thanks, Daniel. I'm from England to near Liverpool. and between Liverpool and Wales. So on their side, we've got the Tower, Aries energy, major change, okay? The landscape of this person's life is not going to be the same. The structure of their life, like where they live, what they do for a living, whether they're a parent or not, what country they live in, major stuff's going to change with this person. The Hanged Man is reversed, so when the Hanged Man is upright, that's someone who's turned themselves upside down because they're prepared to look at things from another point of view, another perspective. It's an open-mindedness, like they don't want to miss anything by being too stubborn. They want to see what everyone else sees, you know, where's everyone else coming from. When it's reversed, it's like a stubbornness, like, no, I know what I want and I'm going to do it whether you think it's right or not. It's kind of hot. And so a tower can be caused by us, it can be brought to us by another person, or it could be an external force. So, for example, I could break up with someone and that would bring them a tower moment. Someone could tell me, like, I don't want this relationship anymore, you know, and that would bring a tower moment. An employer could say, look, I'm really sorry, but we don't have the means to like continue your contract and make me redundant. Like that would be a tower moment. Or, you know, when there was lockdown and like you couldn't fly anymore because like the government locked down or flights were grounded, like that would be a tower because that has like repercussions and consequences that are devastating on everyone. And it's not anything I've done or my person's done, but it might mean that we can't be together because we're in different countries or something like that. So a tower could be, but it's the kind of change that's like your life's never going to be the same again. They've got a stubbornness, so I wonder if they're causing the tower. Please do not waste your time. That's your opinion, but you don't need to bring it to us, okay? The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is, oh, that's such a nice card to get. The Ten of Pentacles is lasting generational wealth. You know, it's in your life, you kind of want to build up, you know, assets like houses, cars, businesses. You want to have a good income or a good pension, good savings. You want money for your children, your parents, your children's children. Like, this is financial security. We've finally got to a place where we have the means to provide for everyone, you know. And it's upright. It's upright. That's extremely positive. It suggests that it's not always the case, but usually that's possible when two people put their incomes together, they put their lives together, it suggests the person to be married, which is a bit confusing to me. This could be an ex-spouse. Because you're showing up as a queen. Or you could be the other man, the other woman, because you're showing up as a Knight of Cups as well as a Queen of Wands. And a knight is someone who's in active pursuit to date. And a Queen of Wands can be a third party card. So you could feel let down by a married man or a married woman that you've been seeing. But they're going to cause a tower moment. This is getting juicy. It's getting juicy. Ooh. The King of Swords is the challenge, with the Seven of Cups as the challenge. Seven of Cups is being at a crossroads. King of Swords could be severing a connection. Doesn't have to be. It's heavy Aquarius energy. This would be someone who's fantasizing. Sorry, people that are coming to the chat. Hi, Steffi. That's nice that people are coming in and subscribing to each other's channels. The King of Swords is someone who's operating from a place of facts, knowledge, logic, research, intelligence, strategy. They're concerned with the truth. You know, like the way they're holding that sword, it's like creating a sort of energetical block, because it's like, I would only move if it's right, if it's correct, if it's just. It's about fairness, truth, equality. It's like a sword of justice, you know. It's thoughts and communication there as well. And when the King is upright, we've got this Seven of Cups reversed. If the Seven of Cups is upright, it's like being at the drawing board, being at a planning phase where you've got a blank canvas and you're trying to get inspiration, like, what is it that I want for myself next? Because I'm single. What kind of person do I want, or what do I want to change about my life? Like, where do I go from here? It's being at a crossroads in your life. And when it's reversed, we're not just considering that and thinking about it a bit. We've crossed over into delusion. Like, the fantasy's constant. You know, it's that, like, I'm in my imagination, I'm in my thoughts and my desires and my dreams more than I'm in my real world, because that's more attractive to me at the moment. Like, there's somewhere I want to be, or someone I want to be with, or something I want to be doing, and I enjoy thinking about that. They're showing up as a King of Swords. If it was the other way, this would be someone who's being manipulative with communication. So they're blocking communication. And you know, the opposite of communication is to block it. Or a negative aspect of being a good communicator would be we're telling lies, we're persuasive, we're manipulative, you know, we're omitting truths and stuff like that. Being deceptive. It's a cunningness, you know, so instead of it being a chess match, it's an unfair chess match, or they're running rings around someone, you know, doing all sorts behind the back. It's a sneakiness. And again, that's like thinking about what you want for your future. So that's the challenge. So someone might be like, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I'm fantasizing about a future for myself. And they're doing that when they've already got the Ten of Pentacles. and they're very stubborn about it, and they're going to cause a tower. In the outcome, we've got the Empress reversed with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Something's been unfair, and an Empress is being made to feel like they're not an Empress. Okay. I tend to get this when there's unfair increments of time, money, and energy being put into something. One person's putting in more energy, and I mean time, money, and energy. So one person's putting in more effort, whatever that looks like, whether they make themselves more available, they're more open, they're more able to meet up. They would like to spend money on this. They would like to, you know, have time, money, energy put into this. Someone feels like they're not getting that. You know, it's out of whack, it's out of balance. Because 6 is an even number, and the scales here, and this, you know, 6 is like ideally you get 3 from one person, 3 from another. And things haven't been going like that, and it's made someone feel shit. Someone who's high value, someone who's all 4 queens, you know, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. I think you're the Empress, and you recognise that something's been unfair. If you're seeing a married person, they fantasize about being with you. They fantasize about changing their circumstances to be with you. RPT, you're not invisible. These are collective readings, and it says that on the description for the live. It's an all signs weekly love reading. And I'm on the sign of Virgo, so I don't know what else to say about that. It's okay. I think people jump in and then they just ask questions, hoping like it's a live Q&A, but it's not. The Wheel of Fortune has been reversed, so this is a karmic cycle that you've both been trapped in. Okay, so for example, if someone's married and they recognise that their heart doesn't belong to that person anymore, but they stay out of duty, maybe someone's telling them it's the right thing to do, or they're thinking it's the right thing to do. Maybe for a time they thought, well, I can have my cake and eat it too. I can have everything, you know, and then I don't have to have all this upheaval. That would be a karmic cycle because you're doing something you know isn't right. And it's kind of to please yourself. For the wheel to turn, we would need this person to take a stance that is, I recognise that I'm not happy where I am anymore. I recognise that it's okay to co-parent. I recognise that it's worth the upheaval initially in order to reframe this life that I'm living so that I still have my children. If I have children, I still have an ex-wife or ex-husband. And I don't regret the things that I've done or the way that I've lived, but going forward, I can make this Empress feel like the Empress that they are instead of making them feel like they don't count, whether they're a man or a woman. They feel like a plant that's being kept in a cupboard in the dark. They feel like they're not worthy of being treated the right way. They're not getting my time, money, and energy the way I should be able to give it to them, and they're not going to wait around forever. So you're going to lose someone that you love if you don't take the plunge and live your life authentically. You know, it's fine to stay where you are, but this person's going to walk away eventually. Virgo, you're going to walk away eventually if you don't get commitment from this person, if you don't get them going through this tower. So this is making sense now why they've got a tower and they're very stubborn about it. They're considering getting a divorce for you. But as long as you are not getting what you need out of a situation, Virgo, and as long as they're staying how things are, it's chaotic, it's toxic. You both like distressed by it. So they might appear not to be distressed, but they are. Like, it's to the point where they're considering wrecking everything that they're in, which will have taken a lot of years, a lot of hard work, and could be will be very financially successful because it's 10 of Pentacles, but it may just have become like almost like a partnership, like a business deal, you know, or okay, well, we've got stuff, but I recognise that I'm not actually happy. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel excited about the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 50. I don't feel like that about it. You know, and people deserve to be authentically happy, because what's the point otherwise? The Queen of Cups reversed, that's someone who's feeling, you know, heart chakras closed off, feeling bitter, feeling disappointed, feeling forgotten, feeling let down. Feeling like they've been mugged off. Could be crying about this regularly or having to suppress emotions because it's too painful to live in that state all of the time. Like, and that could be both of you. Eventually it all blows up anyway, because you can't ignore your heart. If you do, it'll implode. You know, like the situation will break down and there'll be a full collapse and the tower will happen, whether you kind of jump in the bulldozer and instigate it or whether you just try to avoid it. It'll all fall down like a house of cards falling down eventually, because the heart wants what the heart wants, right? Attention of others. I'm addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I don't feel whole without it. See, this person's frightened because right now they've got a lot of people in their life that they care about. And they've also been benefiting from the attention from you, making them feel attractive, making them feel desired, making them feel special. That could be something they haven't felt for a very long time. You know, decades for some people. They don't want to lose the attention that they're getting from you, and they don't want to lose all the people that they've got in their life, and it can get to a point where it feels like you're gonna have nothing potentially. It's never really the case, you know, but that's the worry, isn't it? That's the worry, that it's all gonna fall down and then there'll be nothing. Thanks for liking my accent. I don't know, a lot of people say that. I don't know why. Capricorn's way off, Sid. It's way off. Capricorn will be tonight or tomorrow. because this is the next 4 signs. So it's Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio in this session. And they're taking like an hour each, so I wouldn't want you to sit and wait unless there's a sign that you're also interested in watching, because there's someone you've got your eye on, or you want to watch your moon sign or something. Pay attention to red flags. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. Well, that's, the way, look, how things are is toxic, because how you treat someone and whether you make yourself available to them or not reflects to them that that's what you think of them, that that's all that they're worth. So it is toxic because the stakes are high. If anyone were to see you two together, it all falls down and it's messy, like everything's like scorched earth bad, nuclear fallout bad. The other aspect is it's destroying the heart of someone that you deeply care about. When you're married and you keep someone in the dark, you're actually seeing value in them that could mean that you're in love with them. You may view them as like extremely high value, and you have a desire to even like you think about maybe one day being with them, even though that feels like impossible right now or like so far off. When you keep someone in the dark and they're just stuck on the outside looking at mirrored glass, they feel shit, and it gets worse over time. The more times you let them down and you say, I can't meet with you after all, or I can't do this, or I've got to go and deal with, all of these people and I've got all these things to do, you're just reflecting back to them the opposite of what you actually view them as. You view them as an empress and you're reflecting to them that they're like nothing. So it can't stay like this forever. The tower has to fall. And it's better that you instigate it and you take control and you control the variables of this event rather than it all blow up because you try to have your cake and eat it too. And it's not because you like getting one over people, it's more fear that you're going to lose everything. And how would I do this? And it's going to be awful, to like break up a family life, or it's going to be awful to like do X, Y, or Z, or it doesn't feel like it's financially possible because of where they're at, where I'm at. There's lots of reasons not to do stuff, worrying about what people will think, what people will say, whether it'll affect your job. It's going to be worse if people find out rather than you taking control and actuating, the end of something. If it becomes the end because someone finds out, someone sees you, someone sees a message on your phone, that's going to be so much worse. So much worse. So it's not really a case of, yeah. I can take a break when I finish this reading. Is it about dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll like finish this one, then I'll do dinner, and then I'll come back to it. Okay. Hi, it's because my mum's not well. She's actually really poorly, so I'm main female in the house at the moment. So I'll like finish this reading and then take a break to cook the dinner for them, and then I'll come back. It's not a can't cook, won't cook with my dad. It's a can cook, won't cook. If you know, you know. I'm a certain generation. Where was I up to? Yeah, there has to be change. There has to be change. Hi, Matthew. Hi, fake account. Oh my God. This person's still like your person. This is quite a new affair, I think, because this person's just, they're totally obsessed with your like sex and like your body. Um, you know, it's in their head, like they love to like think about it when they're in work, they love to think about it when they're at home. Could even be in their like family home and they're like thinking about you. They're just thinking about how can I like meet up with them? How can we like have fun together? How can we like be how we are together? But they're doing it from a place where it's probably even emotionally loaded because it's really got to them. It's really got to them to the point where they're prepared to like possibly pull everything down. They're prepared to break up everything that's established in their life because it's just like what I said before, it's like the heart wants what the heart wants, isn't it? And I think maybe even if you weren't looking for it, you found it, and now it's like can't ignore it. I just on the bottom of the deck it says happiness is my priority. Everyone deserves to live authentically happy. Um, you are high value, Virgo, you're an empress, so they're not kind of looking at you as just a lay. It might just be that the passion's like insane because really that's indicative of, they just can't believe that they've met someone like you. They could be impressed with like everything about, well, they are because you're showing up as an empress. They're impressed with everything that you are, like the person that you are, what you've achieved in your life, the places you've been. They like everything. It's not just, it's more like the passion is indicative of a natural chemistry that's there. What else do I need to get? Let's get a time in. When will when will this person, when will this King of Swords pull the trigger for making themselves available to Virgo? In a month. It's 1st of October tomorrow, isn't it? In a month, in November. They're going to pull the trigger. They're going to like end their situation to be with you. Hi, Kazoo. They're going to break the karmic wheel and it'll turn upright. Sorry, it'll turn upright. See the lucky cat? There's like a black cat on the top. And you've got the 4 fixed signs and the shooting star. At the moment, because they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, not because they like getting one over people or betraying people, because they're probably afraid, okay, it's going to be a huge upheaval for everyone. There's a lot of people involved. Well, that's the devil at the bottom. And as long as things stay as they are, they're toxic for them and for you and for the people around them. What's making them kind of like take a pause before doing this? What's been the issue in their marriage or their home life? Oh my God. Someone said it makes them really anxious when I do that, but it's just because I'm like, it's exciting for me to like get these cards as well. They've got an exit plan. I told you the King of Swords is someone who's got a strategy. They don't do things on a whim. They've been thinking about this for months, years even. Someone wants out, but they aren't making a move yet. Be prepared for sudden changes. Deadly combo. Dangerous when together, triggering, explosive. They could have a lot of rows with the person that they live with. That could have been something that's been going on for a long time. Distant, so far away physically and emotionally, see if you can rekindle the passion again. I mean, deadly combo just could be like, as things are, it's toxic and you will have arguments when you talk to each other, you'll fall out, you'll sulk, you won't respond to each other's messages. It'll be like a power, you know, what do you call that? Power battle. Because you're hurting. Distant, so far away. I've read that, haven't I? See if you can rekindle the passion again. Oh my god. There's just absolute pure tea coming out. Well, SB, it looks like that's going to change. When you think that they're not going to make that move, I told you it gets to a point where if you surrender it to the universe and you say, look, if we're meant to be together, they'll come back and they'll be honest and they'll like face reality, face facts about their situation. You know whether someone loves you, you know when they look at you, you know from the way they look at you, from the way they touch you, whether they're in love with you or not. You think you'll get to a point where you think it's been so long, there's no chance, but I can't get this person out of my head and they'll come back. But they'll have done what needs to be done. Because they're in love with you, like it's just making them miserable. If anything, that time apart, the longer that is, the better, because absence grows. The heart grows fonder in absence, and they get more distressed, and then they feel like you're getting away from them. Running away. They're coming, look, exit plan. They haven't done it yet, but in November there's going to be some sort of significant, you're going to find out from someone else that they've done this, or so there's something significant about November. Sorry. Oh my god. I tried to fall for someone else, but no one else compares. Their heart like missing a piece, and you are the missing piece from their puzzle. I told you it's not just passion, it's you know, for someone to put everything on the line, like they know that their children could find out and they're putting that on the line. It's not because they're a bad person, but the temptation's there because they don't feel fulfilled where they are, and it's not because they don't love their kids. It'll be an issue with the relationship, won't it? You know, but for them to risk it all and risk being caught seen with you, maybe like multiple times, maybe hundreds of times, that's a person that does not feel complete where they are. They know they don't. And it's kind of like, I'm sure people go into marriages with the best of intentions. I'm sure for many years they're very happy, very proud. You know, I'm sure they love their children, but I think people go through a phase where they actually like hate themselves for feeling the way that they feel and they try to ignore it and they can turn it off for years. But it only takes meeting a person that they do have a really good chemistry with, like personality matches, you know, find them really physically attractive, think a lot of each other. It only takes coming across someone like that for them the ball to start rolling. And where there was major cracks that have been sellotaped over, the sellotape's washed off, you know, and those cracks were always there and they're still there. Trust your gut, it's rarely wrong. This person wants to follow their intuition, they want to follow their gut, their body's telling them. They could be having physical symptoms like headaches, migraines, stomach aches, jaw could be tense, backache, like it manifests. They could have mental breakdowns, they could be depressed, they could have been crying. I mean, you can say you don't condone it and that's your point of view and that's fine. But it's not my job to kind of say something's right or wrong. It's just to say what this person's story is. So if it's not resonating for you, that's fine. But guidance comes to people who need it the most right now. So sometimes it won't resonate because maybe you're just in a situation where you're single for a while and you're not really looking, or you're looking but you haven't met anyone, you're not dealing with anyone in any kind of way. If someone's in a very situation where they need a lot of guidance, the divine will help them first, that week. Do you know what I mean? It's just how it is. I don't make the rules. Hi, the Virgo choosing. Don't doubt it. Okay, so this person's coming to you in November. If this is your message, if you know you've been seeing someone that's already taken, they're already in something established. You know the way that they look at you, the way that they are with you, means that they've fallen for you. Even if they haven't said it, they are prepared to pull everything down and make changes so that you can live authentically, live in their truth. Okay. um Roots. Connect with your roots. Ancestral wisdom guides you. Intuition. Embrace your intuition and the power of the feminine divine. Trust your inner guidance. So that's all about your personal power, Virgo. Knowing that you are important, you are wonderful. Focusing on your hobbies, your interests, your own financial freedom, financial success. Spending time with the ones that you love, taking care of yourself, eat, pray, love vibes. And if there's something that you want, ask the universe for it, ask your angels, and then surrender it and say it's in your hands. Protection. Create a safe space. Within this circle, you are protected and empowered. So this is all about following your gut. You're gonna feel like your intuition's gaslighting you and you're telling yourself something is gonna happen. This person's gonna come to you and into your life and that they want to be with you. You could be like, what am I doing telling myself that? Why? I'm stupid, I'm foolish, I'm this, I'm that. But you're feeling it because they're thinking it. Okay. So it's a matter of time, basically. It's not if, it's when. A mystical encounter will change your path. Be prepared. Beware of hidden truths. They will soon be revealed. Ooh. We don't want anything coming out like that. As I said, like usually one of you stops it or both of you stop it and there's a long pause and then it's decision making time, isn't it? Because you can't stay in a toxic dynamic, a situationship forever. Like it's on a timer, isn't it? Um 1616 readjustments, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew with a person from one's past. Everything will fall to pieces. 555 change. Encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. You are going to level up. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. So you could feel like life sucks right now. I haven't got my purse in. I'm distressed. I'm having a crisis of confidence, a crisis of faith. It's making me feel like everything that I felt to be true isn't. Yeah, it could feel like the worst time in your life, but Spirit's letting you know that change is here. Change is on the horizon. It's like knocking at your door, and everything's about to be the opposite to what you've known it to be. It's going to bring you and this person together, ultimately. 0110 belief system. Go after what you want. Unique destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. You're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd, Virgo. Embrace what makes you different. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. So, if you're waiting for a career level up or a particular goal or turning point, milestone in your career, in your business, if you want to set up a business, you're gonna have like a financial glow up. If you're a Virgo, it's to do with something that you're naturally good at. I mean, Virgos are perfectionists, but you are very sapiosexual, you're very intellectual. You've got a good grasp on many areas, many subjects, many topics. Whether it's the arts, history, interior design, literature, music, like you're one of those people that tend to be like an all-rounder. Like you've got a really good standing in like lots of areas of knowledge, botany, horticulture. Hi, Eleanor. There's going to be a pause before we go on to Libra because I've got to cook the dinner. But I'll be back. It'll be in like half an hour or something. Is that okay? That's a very, where it could be a dark time for you and may have been for a while. There's major change, like life's not going to be the same for you and this person, okay, in a very positive way. One more and I'm done. Loving space. I cannot learn from other people's lessons. I cannot learn other people's lessons for them. They must get there themselves at their own time. I can simply hold loving space for them as they go through their journey. Okay, so it's really on this other person to kind of do their personal work, their dark night of the soul. They're going through it. It looks like they're not, but they are. Okay, and they've got some big decisions to make. So you're gonna have to focus on yourself for now. I'm Taurus. Sorry, the holder's in the way. I'm on Virgo. It's the end of Virgo now, but there's going to be a half-hour pause before Libra because I've got to cook the dinner. They'll make their decisions, okay? It's been in their head for a long time. Right, take care. If you liked this reading, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll be back in half an hour to do Libra's reading.